Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your September reading. So we start the month with a new moon in sidereal Leo on the 2nd or 3rd of September, depending on where you live in the world. We also have a full moon partial lunar eclipse, and that happens in Pisces on the 17th or 18th. And finally, we have the autumn equinox on September 22nd, where we enter tropical Libra. So let's see, underneath your deck, we have the Page of Swords. To begin our reading, let's see, the Strength card, Leo, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Devil, that's your card, and the Hermit. Okay, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, so mostly earth and air in this reading, but there's a strength to break free from something that's been holding you down, oppressing you. Someone or something hasn't valued your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience. And now it feels like a freedom coming out of this cage, putting an end to something with the Ten of Swords. Ready to move on to calmer waters. Six of Swords, take your power back with the Strength card. Taking that back from the devil, whatever that may be. It could be in a negative, destructive habit, an abusive partner, or work or living situation. Could be, I'm getting more of a health habit. I think there's a desire to regain your strength here. You could be doing a lot of research on your health or how to improve it. I think there's a realization that these swords have been, just much like this character is in the cage with the doors open, he's free to leave. This person is free to stand up. Like, they've put these swords in their own back. They've kind of betrayed their own body or self or mind. But this is the Strength card. This is the power to remove them and move on from that. Okay. See what your angels can add to this. It seems like a pretty heavy reading, but overall, the main starting point of this is you have the strength to pull yourself out of this. It could be depression, or like I said, a physical or mental health condition. It's not hopeless. So let's see which angels we have here. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. The Sage, be devoted and committed, much like the Hermit. And the Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. And we have the Cage is unlocked. Unlock your strength. You have a very unique or specific gift or talent that you have not been using. You've been underutilizing it. Perhaps you studied a higher education in the past, or you were an athlete, but there's something that's coming back to you as a result of, I think, coming to a conclusion as the Hermit. Having done a lot of introspection, there is this epiphany in the Page of Swords that I need to better myself. Some of you are on this self-improvement path at the moment, but it's encouraging you to rely on give yourself credit where credit's due. What are your strengths? They ask you that question whenever you interview for a job. What are your 3 biggest strengths and your 3 weaknesses? We all kind of lie about those sometimes in those instances, but I think it's really worth it. You owe it to yourself to be honest about that. What 3 areas of your life could use the most attention or improvement that you've been putting off or dismissing, or trying to solve any other way than the actual way of doing it? Or, and I just lost my train of thought, but that's all right. Let's see what the Queen of the Moon Oracle has. Okay, we have the extremes. This came out for Sagittarius too, the hot moon. So perhaps, again, you feel you've been pushed to an extreme. In the Ten of Swords, you're finished with something, you're done with a certain way of life. You're done giving your energy to this devil. Something I didn't mention for the Sagittarius reading, that I think I'm going to call the title is Outwitting the Devil. It's a book by Napoleon Hill. He's the same author that wrote Think and Grow Rich. But it's a great book that it's probably the most recent one I read, but it's about kind of conquering yourself. You are the devil, you know, you are your own worst enemy. We have trust with the egg moon. So we have 2 full moons here, and actually new moon, new beginnings. Okay, so working with these lunar cycles, I think committing to yourself, like I said with the Sage, stay devoted and committed to yourself, to your vision, to your plan, to start something new, to amend or adjust your way of life with Virgo. You could be waiting for Virgo season to do a cleansing, or maybe when the moon is in Virgo. Let's see what the astrology cards can add to it. But trust in the new beginning that you're giving yourself. So we have fire and Pisces that fell out. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. So Sag, Aries, and Leo. We have the Leo new moon on just to start the beginning of the month. So it could be the very beginning of this month. The 2nd is when you decide that we need to initiate these new changes. And then Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. You could have a Pisces companion who is supporting you through this. But also you know in your heart that this is the right thing to do. This is the right direction to go, that you deserve to treat yourself better. House 3, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So I mentioned maybe going back to something that you used to do in early childhood, you know, or when you were younger, that you used to enjoy or that you were good at. Rediscovering that talent, that gift, that strength that you had. Let's see what our alchemy card adds. Okay, separation. And that's what the devil is. It's breaking free. Normally the fool is in chains, a man and a woman, you know, but separating from that addiction or destructive pattern or temptation. So the title of the card is Differentiation, Divide to Cut Away. Separatio is the great alchemical operation of the sword. We started with the Page of Swords, didn't we? It occurs when substances are pulled apart for their higher good, either willingly or unwillingly. The fissure may take place suddenly with a swift blow of the axe, or slowly over time with a dull blade. No matter how separatio occurs, it will likely be a painful process for all involved. Images of swords and knives, battles, rebellion, breakups, divorce, and atom splitting are expressions of separatio. Swords and knives. The good news is that separatio prepares the individual for a more conscious union down the line. It releases stagnant energy and allows the parts to see themselves as individuals. This stage is a prerequisite for conjunctio, union, or love. Through the pain of separatio, we come to accept and love ourselves as we truly are, and in turn, we love the world. So I mentioned in the beginning that, you know, we kind of put ourselves in this position, but that means we have the power to take ourselves out of this position. So it also requires forgiveness of the self for learning the hard way. Some of us need that to be our teacher. Language is also a way that separatio is expressed through labels, titles, and definitions. Notice whether your word choices are inclusive or exclusive and adjust as necessary. It's likely there's been a hot mess in the laboratory for a while. Once you're past the initial blow, which could take a long time, you'll be singing separatio's praises. So with this extremes, it's called the hot mood. You could feel like a hot mess. All right. Well, self-improvement can be a messy process. And as I said that, this fell down, the process. So trust the process. And soon you'll be thanking separatio's praises. I think that you're dividing or divorcing yourself from an old version of you. We have the whisper, the unknown, and the persona, the unknown persona. So like I said, some of you might have to rediscover who you are at your core. And underneath we have step by step. So yeah, the change doesn't happen overnight. You have to be patient with the process. And little changes every day. You can't remove all 10 swords at once. You know, we have to slowly pull them out one by one, undoing a damage. Let's see. We have 63, the venom. I just, thinking about like removing a stinger, when bees sting, they leave it behind. So maybe some of you had a stinger in you and you didn't even realize it, that it was still poisoning you. But now it's time to surgically remove that with these swords. And the venom doesn't have to be a physical thing. It can be a thought or an idea, or, the way that you were taught to think about yourself. Maybe. All right, so it's called the poison, the curse, the toxin. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily, however, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step, change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. So if you have strong placements in Sagittarius, a stellium, moon, rising, sun, something, and you feel called to watch that reading, I highly recommend it, because it seems like they have this next stage of the taking action. This is like the pre-contemplative stage, when you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind, this goes for our earth as well, with cosmic consequences. The spreading of the venom is like a chain reaction. When we strike others, it's likely we have ourselves been struck. Break the cycle. So that whole hurt people thing. Yeah. So by taking this time to pull the swords out of your own back and walk away from the devil, you're helping yourself. And then that in turn can help other people to do the same for themselves. And it has a chain reaction. And that's how we build a better world. Is it not? All right. I'm going to get a Journey of Love card here. This is your message in Sagittarius have been pretty heavy thus far. So I'm going to see if we can get a message of love for Capricorn to help support them through this transition. We have the choice. The choice to separate, the choice to walk away, absolutely. And then also self-initiation. So choosing the self, choosing to put yourself on this new path, this path of healing. And underneath is the rings of time. I know this has to do with divine timing and not being able to rush the process. So if some of you have struggled with patience in the past, it's not going to get any easier for this task. So be patient with yourself. But know that you are making the right choice when you choose when you choose to restore your strength in order to help others. If you can't, if you're depleted, you have nothing left to give. So give to yourself first. All right. How about some making magic? Fell down was happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So, yeah, I don't feel that you are walking this path alone. Not at all. There are good things at the end of this tunnel. The unknown. Give you happy love for yourself, too. You should be proud of yourself for doing the work. And underneath we have protection, strong protective magic for the family and the home. So, although it may, like I said, the devil you know or the devil you don't, it's, in this case, giving you the go ahead towards the unknown. You're better to risk that than to stay where you are. Let's see. All right, let's finish this with a Goddess Guidance card. All right, we have Rhiannon, Sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. We did have the Page of Swords that started the reading. The power of the word. Swords are words. And you have the Unlock the Magic Guardian within. Okay, so speak positively to your subconscious and you will see it manifest as a reflection in your external world. Okay, well, thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in. I hope you found this message useful, and we'll see you next time. Bye.